What's up, guys? So I kind of made this little thing that doesn't make any sense. So I want to go and I want to explain what it is. Before I do any of that, I just want to say the dude that originally made this, his name's Gba 7. I saw him post a picture of it like a while ago, and I was like, that's a great idea. And I just never had a reason to make one until now. So Gba 7, he did the first one. All credit for this idea goes to him, but it's a great idea. All right, so let's take a look at mine over here. Now, basically, I just needed to play GBA games on a Game Boy Pocket. So I tried so many different ways to do that, and this ended up being the best way. And as you can see, it's a lot smaller than the Game Boy SP. I got rid of the stupid little flip. I didn't like that flip. I don't like the flip. I like the pocket. The pocket, I like the pocket. So you see how it pretty resembles a pocket, right? It's very similar in size and shape and everything. And one of my ideas was to make a Game Boy macro out of a DS and then put that into a pocket. I'm still gonna do that, but this will hold me over until I do that project. Now, essentially, you're just, actually, hold up, check this out. This is a micro USB as a charger. I had to do that. I had to do that because I don't have a Nintendo DS or Nintendo SP charger. So I had to make my own charger. And I got rid of the light that shows you when it's charging, but you can actually slightly see it through the Bondo and through the paint. So this is the IPS screen, which is totally worth it. It's really, really, really awesome. Really great screen. It's beautiful. And the beauty of that charger is like, hey man, like I don't got a charger for this thing, so let me just make it. And there you can see some terrible Bondo work. It was my first time using Bondo, give me a break. And I used a Nintendo DS battery, so I get 1,000 milliamp versus a 600 milliamp, which is what is in the normal SP. Now, I didn't film this. I'm going to show some pictures of the construction later, but I didn't film the whole construction of it because it took me like 2 weeks. Like I was going back and forth at it, and this was my first one ever, so I'm like pretty disappointed with like the build quality of it. I really like the design, but I really don't like my build quality. It looks pretty good, but like just pretty good. You know what I mean? It's like there's a lot of imperfections. There's a lot of flaws. So I'm pretty upset with myself around that one. But I really like the way it feels, and to play games with it is actually really, really enjoyable. So I kind of don't really care too much about all the imperfections because it's a lot of fun to play. And if you notice, Gba 7, he actually took a little notch out of his above the D-pad. I didn't do that, but here you see me throwing like Hadouken motions in Killer Instinct, and my finger doesn't even hit the top, so we're good. So I'm definitely gonna make another one of these just to perfect it up, but I'm very, very happy with this design of it. I think it's great. So let's just go and look at the Bondo that I use. This is the Bondo, and this is how the whole thing. Basically, you just take one piece and then you just Bondo it to the other, and then you just smooth it out, sand it over and over and over, and then paint it. That's basically how like so many different like constructions like this are achieved. And it was just my first time using Bondo, so I gotta get better at it. Now, a big comment on social media about this thing was, does it slide? Why didn't you do a slide? Why don't you flip it up, and why doesn't it slide? Just be a lot harder to do. I know if you can do this, it probably seems, and you probably think it's, pretty easy to make it slide. And it would be, but not really. Figuring out the ribbon cable, you probably have to get a ribbon cable extension, figure out the best location to slice the little opening, and then try to figure out a way where it can go up and down, and then every time you moved it up and down, the ribbon cable would retract back in. So aside from figuring out the ribbon cable, and then also when it's open, making sure that it's in a location where the ribbon cable is protected, basically just getting the ribbon cable to go back in. So basically, the ribbon cable would be at the bottom here. You would install some sort of sliders on the side, and then on the back here, and then here. And you would have it slide up and down on the sliders, and then on the bottom of the screen is where the bottom ribbon cable would be, and then on the top is where the ribbon cable going inside here. So you would basically never see it. But to do that and to make it that the ribbon cable would go inside of here every time, I don't know how I would do that. And then also you definitely need like an extender, and the extender would be the only thing that would be going back and forth between it, because this is, like I said, the IPS screen, and the ribbon cable for this was kind of delicate, and you definitely would not want that sliding up and down. So that would have to stay inside the top portion, and then have the extender be the exposed ribbon cable that's doing the retracting. Oh, it's possible, but there's a lot to figure out and to assess, and it would be cool. So maybe a future one, but I'm definitely, like I said, pretty unhappy with my first Bondo experience. I'm pretty unhappy with my results. So I'm gonna make another one and do it better. So I gotta make another one and do it better before I can even get to the sliding ones. And then I have a couple other projects that I wanna try, but down the road. I'm looking at it as I'm talking to you guys, and I like it. I'm very, 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 very happy with the construction and the design. Not necessarily my construction, I guess. I feel I could have did a better job bondoing if I had a little bit more experience with Bondo, which now that I do, that I've done this one. But I'm very happy with it, and I'm literally going to play Final Fantasy 5 and 6 on it, and then probably never look at the thing again. Because that's why I made it, because I just really wanted to play Final Fantasy 5 and 6. All right. It's Joe. Thank you guys very much for watching, for following me on social media so you can see me post stuff like this before I make videos about it, all that kind of stuff. And whatever you guys want to see, tell me. Throw out project ideas, video ideas. Like, you guys have a voice here, and I want you guys to use it. You know what I mean? So let me know. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching and paying attention and sticking with me and all that kind of stuff. So I'll see you guys with the next project.